She got these suckers hot. Look at this bitch ass nigga. He ain't gotta yell. Look at this nigga. Look, we was on live for 2 hours, dickhead. Look.
5 minutes later, though.
Basically, they were saying that.
Let me guess, something not good? I already knew.
Yeah, nigga, what's up with you?
Well, look, he didn't say nothing, right?
Give me 2 seconds.
Now he got something to do. Look, bitch ass nigga. Now he gotta go. Right?
He was saying
all that shit.
Respectfully,
now look,
I'm bombing on that nigga, bro.
I'm dead.
I can tell that's your brother and all that. He said, but this ain't even technically our block. We up the block. I said, well, guess what? We gonna walk up the block then.
You gotta go in the store.
Huh?
You gotta go in the store.
Oh, let's go in the store. Come on. Bro, you know who T-Rex is? No? You never seen him? Battle rapper? Never heard of him?
No.
Nobody said his name. Nobody was like, yo, T-Rex, nothing? Now they roasting your dumb ass.
Why you leave when he pulled up? Or they just want, you know.
I'm not liking this, Ike. Why you leave when he pulled up?
Bozo.
I was right here. I heard everything he said. I wouldn't have the floor.
This nigga like a grown-ass iguana. Look, nigga said you turned the camera off and all that. Sway, you need a new host, man. They can't take it. Look. Scoop. He high. Look, you turned the camera off, brother.
Of course it is.
I'm gonna cut the show because they all bodying you in the comments.
Cut the show, they body you in the comments, brother. It's over, brother. You're a clown. Get off my and oh man. Get y'all a new host, man. Yo, nah. Look, you can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Understand the difference between real and fake, like real shit.
Silence is golden, man. You should just shut up, man. Yes, he died. This Rex Peoples, yo. Nigga said you turned into a real ninja, not a real nigga. Nigga, you got low, nigga.
No, we did not have a fireball.
Oh, this is fireball to win.
That didn't go over right at all.
That didn't go over right at all.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck out of here.
Yo, oh my God, bro, you gonna cry in there. Yo, what up, man? Chris, I'm checking back in, man. Back with a vlog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button, Wayne. I appreciate all the support, man. Hope you guys is having a good day, man. Hump Day Wednesday, man. Hope you guys is having a good day. We do have a battle rap event going on this weekend. I'm going to talk about it. It is a pay-per-view event. It is a URL event, man, and it needs to be talked about. Before I get into that, though, as you can see right here, you see A-Ward versus JC, man. This is one of the best battles that dropped this year. You know what I'm saying? It is on Public Influence Battle League. I don't know nothing about them. I looked them up. It looked like this is the first time they've done a battle rap event. I'm not really sure, but A-Ward versus JC is on their channel. I will put the link at the top if you want to watch it. Run those views up. You know what I'm saying? It does 50K in a week. Let's try to get this thing to 250K by the end of the weekend, man. And as you can see underneath that, the third trilogy battle, man, between A-Ward and Geechee Gotti, which was a compliment battle. So y'all make sure y'all check out those two. That is on Roan's channel, man, Roan.com. He does the compliment battles. Hopefully y'all checked out Jazz the Rapper and Calico. That was crazy. That battle was fire. I love that battle. So hopefully y'all check out the compliment battles. It's kind of cool to see just people change their writing style and be able to write for opponent and actually a nice way, you know what I'm saying? We also got the T app in the title, you know what I'm saying? We got the T. A battle rapper has hit the T app, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta talk about it, man. It is what it is, man. It ain't got a lot to do with battle rap, but a little something to do with battle rap. But Before I get to that, man, that's what I'm talking about at the end. But right now, Smack was on Champion. He was talking about the URL app and basically saying that he feels like, you know, battlers and stuff don't really support it like they should and always hollering this YouTube stuff, but YouTube doesn't really pay. This is what he said, man.
What the people do? They try to shit on the app. They try to throw rocks in, yo, the app it is and the app that. And when that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, we got, you know what I mean, a consistent flow of battles and events that we keep these MCs working on a monthly basis or weekly basis. They try to shit on the app. They don't want to support, you know what I'm saying, a real independent movement that came from the dirt, from the bottom, to create for the people, the fans, and the artists, so they can have something that can actually, you know what I'm saying, you know, call that's their own. Yeah. And you know what I mean, we could just, stay consistent, build it up. They don't even promote that. They don't even promote the app, and it's and that's what's feeding them. They try to go against it, talking about YouTube. YouTube don't do nothing for these people, bro. They give you a stupid math equation, X equal Y or what, and I and what equal a CPM. And you can't even do the math to add up on what you getting or what money you getting. And God forbid if you have a curse in your content on YouTube.
Shout out to Jay Black for the interview, man, with Smack. Smack basically, I felt like he was talking to the ballers, you know what I'm saying? He was like, they ish on the app and the app is what's feeding them. I feel like he was directly talking to the ballers because the ballers are the ones that are basically, you know, sometimes they battle on the app, but they also complain that they're not on YouTube and everything like that. I look at the app maybe a little different than I look at, you know, other people, in the way other people may look at an app. I've been following URL from a long time. I was around when they kind of started a little bit or right after they started. And I've seen the growth. I've seen like them go from nobody getting paid to people getting paid to Ciroc to cigarillos to exclusive vodka to when they used to do the sneaker thing when Young Ill battled Charlie Clips in a little sneaker store, when Cardi B was a ring card girl. I've seen a lot of different phases of URL. Sometimes when you see a company's growth from the grassroots to where they are now, it's a little easier for you to want to support them. Do I watch a lot of app battles? No. You know what I'm saying? I watch damn near all the pay-per-view events. I watch a lot of the app battles. I just realized they just dropped Dice vs. Foots. It happened like a year ago. I never even knew that they even battled, but it just dropped on the app like yesterday. So I'm subscribed to the app. I've been subscribed to the app. I pay even though I don't always watch the app. A part of me is I'm real big into supporting Black-owned businesses. I'm big into that. I live in Atlanta. I go to a lot of Black-owned restaurants. I try to go there. I don't really be eating at, you know, the franchise places like Red Lobster, Olive Garden. I'm not gonna say I don't eat there, but I try when I want to go out to eat somewhere. I try to go to Black-owned restaurants because it's a lot of them in Atlanta. So I try to support, you know, my culture. I try to support my race as much as I can. And with URL, I want to see them do better and I try to support. So even though I may not be happy with everything, I still subscribe, I still pay, and I've gained a lot from URL in the early stages. Obviously, I'm a blogger. I recap a lot of events and everything. I've had a lot of enjoyment watching URL battles, and I made money talking about URL battles. So me paying my $8 a month is kind of my way of giving back, because a lot of content was just hitting YouTube for free and I was blogging on it and making money on it. So, and we were entertained when all we were doing was just turning on YouTube. So I've seen the different phases. I realized that YouTube made some changes and they were getting stricter on the cuss words. They're loosening things up now. I just feel like URL needs to, and Smack, you just can't drop battles randomly on the app. Y'all don't really do enough to try to market the app as much as you should. I see now that y'all are doing a lot of battles. Y'all are doing a lot of like compilation videos on your YouTube channel where you are actually like, you know, the best rounds of this or the best intros of this. And when I watch a lot of those videos, they're mostly the battles that's already on YouTube. But so we've seen these battles already. If I was y'all, I would be taking app footage and doing compilations on that and then putting that on YouTube, but y'all are not doing that. A battle like Dice and Foots, it should just drop on YouTube. It shouldn't really be on the app. And if it's on the app, let it go on the app first for buyers like myself. Eventually that battle should go on YouTube at some point in time, and you should try to promote your artists through YouTube. All these artists, like, people are not buying the app for Foots. They're not buying the app for Souffleur Soul. They're not buying the app for Dice and Capo and whoever else. They're not buying the app for those people. So those people can actually be marketed a little bit more on YouTube after they've been on the app. And I feel like we still buy the app for a lot of the pay-per-view events and stuff like that. It's kind of like our VOD for that. So I feel like that's why we really buying the app. Y'all are doing these events, this Lux and Twerk. Y'all going to put it on the app, and I'll be able to go on the app and always watch Lux and Twerk whenever I want to watch it. That's why we buy the app. We're still buying the app or still subscribe to the app for the stars. So a lot of the people that's trying to be stars, you can put more of their battles on YouTube. You can try to market a little bit more on YouTube. I feel like their battles should have been coming out on YouTube a lot more. So I just feel like it's just different things. You can try to tell more stories. You can do sit downs and different interviews and let people, we can learn more about the battlers and everything. You should do more interviews. You should drop that stuff, maybe freestyles and different stuff. You should drop that stuff. Obviously every time y'all go to an event, there's always artists there. I would have a cameraman run around that motherfucker. You really could be doing what hip hop is real and 15 minutes of fame is doing with getting all the interviews. You could be doing all of that, but putting it on the app first. And just editing and putting it on the app. So I feel like you should just put more stuff. It should be more stuff than just, we'll randomly drop a battle, and when we don't have a battle, we don't have nothing on the app. And I feel like that's part of the problem. And the younger up-and-coming battlers should be marketed also, not only just the app, but on YouTube. And I feel like that. But as far as what Smack is saying, as far as the battlers, yeah, I do feel like the battlers should be promoting the app. If you battling on URL and they're paying you because they got money on the app. So you should promote it. You shouldn't really try to turn this into a URL app versus YouTube app, but still going back to Smack trying to get a check to battle on the app. Like, if you battling on the app, then you should support the app. You know what I'm saying? It's still where your battles are at. And I feel like there should be incentives. Like, when you battle, you got Summer Madness coming up. Whoever has Battle of the Night, you can get a YouTube release. Maybe not from that particular card, but you can get a YouTube release of an old battle. That's just a thing. Like, URL got to figure out how to be more innovative in that particular field. So that's just my thought. Let's get into these predictions. We have the Nexus card, man, going down August 23rd. WatchBattleLive.com.
Catch Bill Collector back in action versus Hansel this Saturday, August the 23rd, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on URL's Nexus, live on pay-per-view at WatchBattleLive.com.
Glad that they actually are doing pay-per-view. I think URL has figured out a way to shut down some of the bootlegging. Not everything, but shut down some of the bootlegging, which has allowed them to be more willing to do more pay-per-view events, which is good. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like a card like this, like I said, normally would not be pay-per-view. So we have, I'm going to go from bottom to the top. We got Wusa versus Kid Slade. I like this battle. You know what I'm saying? You know, anytime Kid Slade is on the card, I like it. I already told y'all how I feel about Slade and his ability to be at the top of battle rap's new class. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say he ain't really new no more. I know he's been out by about 4 years now, but I feel like he was kind of the crucible wave. So like a crucible star in a way. I feel like Kid Slade could have been that person. And I feel like he still has an opportunity. He just needs more and more chances. He battled Twerk last and he didn't win the battle. So I mean, it is what it is with that. But I like watching Kid Slade battles. I'm glad he's on the card, and I'm glad he's on a pay-per-view card. Wusa is someone that has been improving and doing well. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw a battle where he choked, but for the most part, the dude got bars. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him on Summer Madness. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised by that at all. So Wusa versus Kid Slade is kind of like Crucible versus Crucible kind of in a way, and let's see what happens with that. But I'm going to pick Kid Slade, man. Going to pick Kid Slade to win this battle. Shout out to Wusa though. Chess versus Klutz. This is a wordsmith battle. This is a Barfest battle. Chess is coming off that battle with Eunice, which he did not win. He battles Klutz. Klutz is capable of winning. Let's just keep it real. Klutz got bars. I haven't seen a lot of him lately. He's kind of like fell out of the rotation of getting booked a lot. It seemed like I haven't really seen him on a lot of cards. So this battle can go either way. I'm gonna pick Chess to win the battle because I feel like he needs to redeem himself from the Eunice battle. So I'm gonna pick Chess to win this battle, and we'll see how it play out. Hansel versus Bill Collector. I like Hansel a lot. I feel like he's fire. Like when you look at people that's been, you know, stock rise and moving on up, like Hansel is like one of them guys that's been having like some of the best. For new guys, he's one of the top new guys in battle rap. There's ain't no question about that. Versus Bill Collector. Bill Collector back on URL after going through the drama of URL, then going to King of the Dot, and coming back to URL, and he was filling around with RB a little bit and battled Rosenberg Raw over there. And now it's just kind of like, okay, now you back. So, we'll see how that. He didn't battle Rosenberg Raw over there. My bad. I said that wrong. But he went over to RBE. He battled Swave. And him and Rosenberg got into a little, Rosenberg jumped into Swave rounds, and that kicked off their battle. But yeah, so Bill Collector, I'm good to see that he worked things out with Smack and Beasley and them, and he's back on URL. Maybe we can get Bill Collector versus Big K down the road. You know what I'm saying? Down the road, like I say, as long as URL forget the politics, they can do more battles. But I got Hansel winning this battle. I feel like Hansel is just too on his shit right now. And I don't think Bill Collector is going to be ready for what Hansel brings to the table. He may be he may be sleeping on Hansel, bro. Shotgun Shook versus Clean Paper. I actually like this battle. I'm kind of surprised they haven't battled before. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's going to be kind of funny. It might be some jokes. It might be some fat jokes, even though Suge lost a lot of weight. It still might be some fat jokes. Clean joke might be some drug jokes with Clean or drug addict type shit. I think this would be a cool battle, man. I think, you know, to break the monotony of just a serious battle, I think this can actually be a fun battle. So I'm looking forward to Suge versus Clean. BBL Hustle. Yeah, don't say the hustle without saying the BBL, man. BBL Hustle versus O-Red. Now, you know they battled already in a one-rounder. So I'm not crazy about this matchup. I don't really, not quite sure why they booked this battle, to be honest with you, because I know T-Top was trying to battle O-Red. He ended up battling Hustle. And then O-Red doesn't do the T-Top battle, but then he does the Hustle battle. So it's just kind of weird how that worked out. But nobody asked for this rematch, bro. Let's just call it what it is. Nobody asked for this rematch. And I feel like the Queen of the Ring battle that they had, it kind of opened the door to intergender battles, and I felt like it was kind of like a classic battle between them two, the one-rounder, and it was something different that happened on Queen of the Ring. We don't need to see this for 3 rounds. I don't really know if O-Red is going to, how interested in this battle he is, to keep it real with you. Hustle probably want to get her get back from the T-Top performance, but at the same time, it'd be hard to turn this 3-round battle into what it was in the first battle. And I know in the first battle, O-Red won clear. I get that, but I'm just saying that battle was kind of like big for Queen of the Ring because it wasn't a lot of guys coming over to battle. Tay-Rock versus Lou Castro is at the top of the flyer. I don't know if that means it's a headliner, but it's the top of the flyer. So probably is a headliner, but I'm not crazy about this battle either. You know, Rock has always said, Rock came into the year acting like he wasn't going to do many battles and all this kind of stuff. The next thing you know, you done battled Fonz, you done battled Quest McCody. Now you about to battle Lou Castro. So I'm not crazy about this performance. I don't think Lou Castro can do anything with Rock. So to me, it's just a clear victory for Rock. And I actually think BBL Hustle is going to beat O-Red. So that's my prediction on that. But for Rock, clear over Lou Castro. But I'm interested in the card. I like at least, you know, 4 out of the 6 battles I kind of like. And I kind of want to see what happened. You kind of know what you're getting with Rock, Lou Castro, Hustle, and O-Red. You kind of know what you're getting. So I'm interested to see how Clutch do, Woosah do, Kid Slade do, Hansel do. And I just want to see Suge and Kitchen Clean just for the jokes and giggles. So that is going down August 23rd. Watch Battle Rap Live. Watch Battle Live. So y'all make sure y'all support, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all support. Now, the T-App and John. Let me get to the stuff, man. Let me get to it, man. So John made some news because he was complaining about people speaking out about his bad business. So we know Yoshi did. She said that she didn't get paid in a battle, or she didn't get paid in a timely fashion. Then we know Serius Jones did. We know Danny Myers did. And now the latest is...
Shout out to John. Shout out to John, but I don't know if niggas be getting their money on. There's only some wild shit with John shit. John paid me 2 weeks after my battle. Shout out to John. I wasn't even going to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we doing now. We got to get booked by the niggas that we might have smoked 2 years ago.
You just came back, John.
John, my nigga, but he gave me my second half like 2 weeks later.
All right, so that prompted John to do a lot of Twitter ranting. Let me go through the tweets. This interview was funny as hell because Jay Mills walked out of this interview, by the way. So this interview was funny. But John went off after this. Let me read you what this nigga wrote, bro. Let me read you this. All the weird niggas gonna get exposed soon, don't worry. I gave lifelines and it wasn't 2 weeks, my nigga. It was 1 week. Get your weeks right, man. It wasn't 2 weeks. It was 1 week. All right, I added that. He didn't say all that. It wasn't 2 weeks. It was 1 week. And like I told him, this shit be comical. Why niggas be begging to get booked? If the business was so bad, make it make sense. Okay. Notice niggas wait until I'm not throwing events no more to complain about a bunch of ish they never expressed to me. All I ever got was smiles and when can you put me on the next event? Don't forget I was funding events out of my own pocket, no sponsors, no secret partners, just me. So of course it wasn't easy, but I made it happen for years to literally feed the culture. What the fuck have these niggas done other than rap and take? What else did he say, man? I'm just from an era where niggas addressed the problems they had with the person in behind closed doors. And didn't run to the camera. If you think they only had issues with me and not the other leads, then you're being ignorant. And everybody that claim to have issues with me have had a history of issues with other leads. Y'all don't notice that either, huh? Do not pick and choose. I offered Danny more money than he was asking for and actually paid him more than he was getting from anywhere else at the time. I bet that wasn't shared either. I offered him that under the circumstances of what was to come. Thought I was looking out, but I guess not. Jay Mills was worried nobody was going to book him after that whack-ass Cortez battle. And what did I do? What did I do, Jay Mills? What did I do, nigga? I threw you a lifeline, man. I threw you a lifeline. I said, here you go. Here you go, the lifeline. I threw you a lifeline. Because I felt bad for the bull. I felt bad for the bull and told everybody on the card, give me like a week to get the back end. And that's what I did. Where's the foul? Where's the foul? Where is the SGA at, man? Where is the foul at? I told Serius Jones what the situation was, and while I was waiting on paperwork, he cried, talking about the situation he was in, and he needed money. And what did I do? What did I do, Jones? What did I do, Jones? I sent you money before and even after the battle, in good faith. But I bet you didn't say that either. Of course you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Never did anything out of... Okay, we'll go with that. So, that's John on his Twitter. He got more tweets, man. He got more tweets. So, this kind of started because I put John on the stock drop list, and I said that he did not pay people that was on the in-game card, and that none of the battles came out. Before that, nobody was really bothering John about none of this shit. So, I do feel like that I kind of got this ball rolling a little bit when I put him on the stock drop list. And from there, people that interview Danny Myers, interview Serius Jones, all this, ask them did they get paid, all this kind of stuff. And those questions probably wouldn't have been asked if I wouldn't have really talked about it on the stock drop list. I didn't really expect it to really blow up as big as it has. I feel like it's blown up as big because John has not really addressed the situation the right way. First of all, John, it's a lot of media training, bro. Like, I know you might feel like you're being attacked, but If things are wrong and not right, you just have to deal with it. So what you should have done was you should have, first of all, threw Cassidy under the bus. This is what I would have done. Cassidy didn't do the event. Fuck the event up. It is what it is. Blame Cassidy. I would have said, I appreciate everybody that was on the card. Clone, Bad News, T-Rex, Serius Jones, Danny Myers, Shay Rack, Jazz the Rapper, Tay Rock, all these people. I appreciate y'all being on the card. You know, unfortunately, there was another sponsor involved. We had some situations where we didn't have a battle that happened. You know, everybody couldn't get their money. I may not even be able to put all the battles out. So I just want to keep it real with y'all. But at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody. And I hope to do better on the next card. When you are the leader, you have to take the good along with the bad. That's part of being a leader. Heavy is who wears the crown. You don't get a chance to relish and call yourself a bullpen boss and not deal with not only the praise, like, oh, John got a great league, it's been around here for years. You also have to deal with the BS. And unfortunately, you have surrounded yourself with people that may have not always been on the up and up. You was with Mr. Fab, and I don't know why you did an event with Mr. Fab, because Mr. Fab used to be in battle rap before. He battled Arsenal. He did an event in Oakland. That was bullshit. It was 1 round battles that he was advertising for 3 rounds. Hello, John and Don. He was doing 1 round battles like Sue Surf versus Rex, and he was advertising them as 3 round battles. And we bought the pay-per-view. We supported this many years ago. A lot of y'all niggas young as hell and don't even remember this card. But Mr. Fab threw a card in Oakland. This is who Fab is. And you decided to link up with this nigga and merge bullpen with whatever he got going on. You know what I'm saying? And that just be the situation. So I feel like some of these situations that you get yourself involved in, I'm not saying that Cassidy shouldn't have done the event and all that. At this point, I'm starting to wonder maybe you should have done what Easy should have done, and maybe you should have just canceled the whole event once you realized Cassidy was on bullshit, not doing face-offs and not promoing. Maybe you should have said, oh, whoa, let me get this shit in order before we move forward, because I ain't seen this nigga in months do no promo or weeks do no promo. However, you gotta be able, if you're gonna attach your brand, it's the only thing we know in battle rap is bullpen. We don't know anything about the rest of these niggas. No mayors, no Mr. Fab. We don't know these niggas. So these niggas end up being the money niggas, and when stuff don't go right or situations ain't what it need to be, we gonna be looking at you, and you gonna have to take the good with the bad. And I feel like in this situation, you're mad people are speaking out. John, let me tell you something, bro. You're in no world, never, ever, let me repeat that, ever could you ever book Rock, T-Rex, and Jazz the Rapper and think them battles can never hit YouTube and the culture will never notice. Let me repeat, you can never book Rock, T-Rex, and Shay Rack. And that's what you did. Rock versus Clone, Rex versus Bad News, Shay Rack versus Jazz. Those battles never hit YouTube. And you thought the culture wasn't going to be wondering where them battles at? The culture was definitely going to be wondering where them battles at. And when the Bad News shit hit the fan, everybody's like, oh, what was his last battle? Oh, it was against Rex. Let's go back and listen to what he said against Rex. I know he was talking all this gangster shit, but he's a quote unquote snitch to a lot of people. So let's go back and listen. And when you go back and listen, there is no battle on YouTube. So these battles were never going to be able to quote unquote not come out. So how do you handle that? You get ahead of the bullshit. If they can't come out because the sponsor is on your ass and you want to get a battle to the sponsor, or they can't come out because you didn't pay people and they on your helmet about not paying, so they don't even want the battles to come out until you pay them, what you got to do is you got to get ahead of it. Because this ain't the day and age. You keep talking about, oh, I remember back in the day. The back in the day shit over with. See, back in the day, there was only 15 minutes of fame, Hip Hop is Real, J Black, Unbiased, Angry Fan, Piper Boy. That was it. Vada came along too. That was really it, bro. There was a 3 Letterman. There was a time when you could actually have some BS go on and nobody ever interviewed you. Nobody ever talked about it. It didn't spread. Social media wasn't big. Hip Hop is Real wasn't running around like they are now. They got people in different areas of the country doing interviews. It wasn't like that. It was battles in New York, and whenever they did an event, Knowledge would catch up with them. Uncle Rob would catch up with them and do the interview. Now you got Spaces, You got bloggers doing interviews. You got new bloggers doing interviews. You still got old bloggers doing Instagram. You got Instagram lives. You got all kind of stuff, bro. You got niggas with their own channel. You got so many outlets for people to be able to say, yo, I didn't get paid. So this stuff ain't gonna happen. And some of your tweets, bro, I gotta keep it real. They don't really make sense. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back. You said this right here. Let me find it. I offered Danny Myers more than he was asking for and actually paid him more than what he was getting from anywhere else at the time. Bro, you owe Danny Myers money now. How are you bragging that you paid Danny Myers more than you paid anybody else if you owe him money? What is wrong with these niggas, bro? What is wrong with these niggas? Danny Myers said you owe him $1,000, bro. So if you owe him money, the last thing you can do is brag about how you paid a nigga more money than he was, or offered him more money. You didn't even pay him his money, bro. The jokes just tell themselves. I gotta keep it real. And it's another thing, bro. You keep talking about, I hear you say sometimes, like, yo, niggas didn't even niggas never expressed their issues they had with me to me, or niggas never complain about the money to me. Bro, niggas didn't complain about the money because they just had to accept it. Let me tell you something right now on how shit go down, man. Let me tell you something. John, if you owe me $3,000, right? And you say, I'm going to pay you $3,000 on September 1st. September 1st comes, you pay me $1,000. Now you owe me $2,000. Okay, I'm going to wait. Okay? Hold on, let me turn this phone on. Okay, I'm going to wait. As long as I'm waiting, 2 weeks later, pay me another $1,000. Okay, I'm waiting for my last $1,000. Next 2 weeks, you don't pay me. You skip, right? Damn, you still owe me $1,000. Every time I talk to you, I'm gonna be like, nah, it's cool, bro. It's cool. Like, I know you got it. I know you got it. Like, I know you good. Like, I ain't pressed, bro. I ain't proud. You know, I just want my money. I ain't pressed for it, though. You know what I'm saying? I know you good for it. I'm going to say everything I can because at the end of the day, I just want my money. So I'm not trying to burn no bridges. I'm not trying to get on your nerves. I'm not trying to like make you, I'm not trying to curse you out so you can be like, F you on your money. Are you dead on your money? I'm not trying to do nothing, but mark my words. When you pay me my last $1,000, I'm telling my homeboy, man, I ain't fucking with that nigga John no more, man. It took me 6 months to get my money. That's what I'm saying. So when you say niggas never complain, niggas didn't have a choice. Niggas didn't have a choice. You owe them money. They don't have a choice. You string them along. I pay you this on Friday. I pay you this. Oh, there's another thing you said. Let me see what you said to Jay Mills. You told him Jay Mills was worried nobody was going to book him after that whack-ass Cortez battle. I threw him a lifeline. Felt bad for the legend and told everybody on the card to give me a week after the event for the back end. Bro, if I battle, come off the stage, I'm expecting to get my money. If you tell me to give you a week for my back end, I don't have a choice. I gotta accept it. Don't ever take my acceptance as me agreeing. I just gotta deal with it. I prefer to have my money right now. But if you tell me, yo, you supposed to get paid on Saturday, I can't pay you till next Friday. I just gotta wait. I can't beat it out of you. I can't beat your ass and take the money. I just gotta wait. So if I ever tell you, all right, man, it's cool. I just gotta wait. Don't ever say it was what I wanted or I was cool with it. I was never cool. Ain't nobody ever cool with not getting paid, bro. Nobody ever battles, don't get their money, and they cool. So sometimes I see you in interviews talking about, yeah, everybody, you know, understand the situation. Nobody is cool. They accepted it. They accepted it. There's a difference. And sometimes you just got to take the high road, bro. If Jay Mills want to speak that you paid him late, whether it was 2 weeks or 1 week, at the end of the day, the message is, if you watch the entire Jay Mills blog, he was basically talking about how battle rap has changed. Battle rap is over. It's being ran by the ballers and not the leagues anymore. And he was basically saying that now you got to be booked by people that you may have issues with or people that you may have beaten a battle. And you may even have to wait on your money. That was a message. So if a person is talking about you, bro, all you got to worry about, don't worry about all the time what they say. The number one thing you need to worry about is, did they lie? Did they lie? Serius Jones said you owe him money. Danny Myers said you owe him money. Jay Mills said you owe him money. You owe other people on the card. No, you owe Jazz, something like that. You owe other people on the card, stuff like that. The question is, they're not lying. You might not like that they're saying it. Unfortunately, you just got to deal with it. It's stuff people say about me all the time. I don't be liking it. But if it's the truth, people be like, oh, you was arrested in 2017 for this. I got to deal with it. Guess what? In 2017, I was actually arrested. You didn't lie. You didn't lie. So I got to deal with it. So that's my advice to you, bro. Stop arguing with the internet. You're not going to be able to beat the internet, bro. You're not going to be able to beat the internet. And all this arguing, now y'all see the T app, right? Yeah. Nigga John and made the T app. You know what I'm saying? Now, your baby mama, this is a small thing. Your baby mama posting all kind of, she going crazy. I don't know. Man, pause. I don't want no problems with you, cause she going crazy posting child support, warrant divisions, all kind of stuff. And she doggone posting John on the T app, man. John got a profile on the T app. This is what is being posted online, man. And it's shit, man. Apparently, it's women talking about John, their experiences with him and all kind of stuff. Bro, you should have left Pause alone. I gotta keep it real with you, bro. You should have made up with Pause, cause she just airing you out something crazy, bro. No, she going crazy, man. Who gives a damn about that little ass chain? Cal dick was better. His watch shine brighter. His money longer. He's a better father to his kids of mine, and he rap better. You know what I'm saying? And I put that on my kids. Then what else he said? I guess I took it too far. Oh, nothing. Just release Calico and let him play in my pussy while we watch you lose at Nome the Fawns. Oh my God, bro. I let Calico play in my pussy as I watch you lose at Nome to Fawns. Oh my God.
Chris, bias. Man, subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be a hater your whole life. Chris, bias.